won Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Being pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows, many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game. I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with
Well, Vaughn,
that guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud. Lock in, Bruce. Another Speaking Birds. What is up, my brews? My bird brews. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. It's your boy Speaks here. We're running solo dolo on this pre-game pod. Maybe if the boys are available, if the fellas are available, maybe we'll try and get together for one before the game. But I want to lay one down just in case that doesn't happen, and at least we can get something for you. Sorry guys, I feel like my mouth is a little dry. I've been taking vitamins. It's like a David Goggins pod now. No, I've been taking vitamins. I could lay down the stack for you, but yeah, I feel like I just came in off a walk. Haven't had water today, so man, yeah, I started taking some zinc, some magnesium, some beetroot powder. Let me tell you what. If you guys aren't on at least, and I think I'll probably because I take some other stuff too, and I've noticed it in the past. Like if I start on this regimen, I'll start to get like raspy, and then it'll clear up once I stop. So we're gonna put an end to it, but I will scale back just to magnesium, and then I got the beetroot pills, like vitamin pills, but I just put it in my morning smoothie now. I do a morning smoothie, and I gotta tell you what, if the listeners out there, if you guys aren't on some magnesium, some beetroot, get on it. Here, I'll tell you what. I've noticed a change, because I stop, obviously, like it's hard to just do everything consistently, but like when I'm on that like regimen, I'll notice like, when you're out and about and you just like, or like anything, when you're like getting irritated, I feel like my threshold of like getting irritated, it's way higher. Like I'll get to that point where I'm like, oh, this should irritate me. And I'm like, that's all right. Cause beetroot, well, magnesium, like, traditionally it like calms you down, cools you down. And then the beetroot, it's a blood pressure, like a natural like blood pressure regulator. So it like opens up, what would they even call it? It opens up like arteries and helps like blood flow. So take it, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not saying I'm over here like raging out left and right, watching the Eagles game and whatnot, but I've noticed it. I've noticed like a cooler, like calmer, like, hey, this thing is annoying me. Actually, you know what? It's fine. So, man, get into it. But here's what I'm sipping on right now. It's early. It's a weekday and it's early, so nothing crazy. But I've been slowly rolling myself into some Arnold Palmers. Not too crazy, but every now and then I'm on a long walk. I see a place that might be able to supply me with an Arnold Palmer. Yeah, I used to drink them, but then got one the other day, and I was like, man, this is good. So what I do now, what I've done is I have this like black tea, like this unsweetened black tea, and I made ice cubes out of it. Oh yeah. So we got the black tea ice cubes going. So then I'll pop, like right now I got 4 of those in my glass. Then I got this, just like some like low sweetened, Trader Joe's. You don't want to get too crazy with the sugary drinks, and it'll give you a headache. But yeah, so I fill up the glass, and you could do this vice versa. I went with the tea. I went with the tea cubes. Cause I feel like I'd be more prone to drink like just a regular black tea on its own. So I was like, yeah, let me get some tea cubes. I'll throw them in there if I want a glass of some black tea. So, man, we're rocking this Arnold Palmer, the Speaks way. Let's give it a little sip here. Oh my God, that's heavenly. It's ice cold. I feel like I just got in from mowing the lawn, and I didn't have to mow the lawn. Although I did did clock. What did we clock here? Got in at, let's see. What was the walk I clocked today? I think it was 3.18. 3.18 in the old neighborhood loop. Yeah, so guys, get yourself some magnesium, some beetroot, some Arnold Palmer. Not all at once. Spread them out. You don't want to get too crazy. All right, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday are looking to bounce back. The Eagles are 4-2. They just dropped 2 in a row. The opponents that they lost to. I mean, look, I get the Giants. You're going up there, and it's a divisional game, but come on, guys. These are inexperienced quarterbacks. Teams she should have handled, but kind of knew that the season was going to unfold like this, right? Like, you beat the Chiefs. You start off the season beating, the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Rams, and then, then you drop a game to the Broncos, to the Giants. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, they're going to look to get back in the win column Sunday against a good Minnesota Vikings team. I mean, they're no slouch. We're going to be facing Brian Flores, their defensive guru. So, he's going to be bringing it. He's going to be bringing it to Hurts. He's going to be bringing it to this offensive line. So we'll see how we handle that. It was announced earlier today as of recording, I think it was about an hour ago, that Carson Wentz will get the start for the Minnesota Vikings. So it's another wrinkle to this game. Obviously Carson Wentz, number 2 pick back in, I believe it was 2016, 2000. No, when was that? That can't be, because they went to 2016. Let's see. Can't believe I have to look this up. Yeah, 2016. Yeah, 2016. I don't know why I second guessed that. I don't know why. 2016 draft. The Eagles taken very high at number 2. He went right behind Jared Goff in that year. And yeah, I mean, we all know how his career unfolded. Remarkable start to that Super Bowl year. Obviously he gets injured in LA. Foles steps in, and we all know how that story ended. So yeah, and then I think injuries just plagued Carson. I mean, yeah, he definitely had a slow burn on the way out. It was, is he the guy? Isn't he the guy? Do you go with Foles? You obviously have to go with your number 2 pick, your franchise guy. And then, yeah, I think injuries. I mean, he takes that hit to the back of his head from Clowney in the Seahawks playoff game. I mean, did that, I don't know. Did that affect his brain? He has had the back thing, but good for him. I was listening to some podcasters and other media people, and the question that goes around is like, how do you remember Carson? How do you feel about Carson? And like, I don't know, a couple people, you kind of look back fondly. You don't want to look back, I mean, too terribly. Obviously, I think some things are out of his control. I think, not to get too into it. I mean, but like, I think maybe he probably wasn't the best locker room leader, and divisions and stories have come out. But I mean, look, if not for his play during the regular season, we probably don't get that first Super Bowl. So it was pretty remarkable watching him play. But it'll be interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, the guy that took his job versus Wentz, that's his hometown team. So he gets to play for the Vikings. He grew up in North Dakota. And I guess, if you're from there, you don't have a football team. I mean, I guess Minnesota is where you go. Minnesota's where you go. So yeah, that'll be fun. And I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to watching some Carson Wentz because, like I said, I mean, he did bring some good memories. I did like his play when it was good. And it'll be interesting to see him back out there. Will I be rooting for him? No. But if we could see some flashes, like here's probably like the best scenario. If we get some flashes of like old Carson and also like get a handling win, I think like that would be cool for Eagles fans. For me anyway. So yeah, JJ McCarthy won't go. It'll be Wentz under center. And the cool thing here, back to the Arnold Palmer quick, if I may. I mean, the good thing about this is like, it starts off, you get, okay, it's a little lemonade-y, a little lemonade, But then as the ice melts, I mean, do I even have to say that? You guys know what happens. The ice melts a bit, and then it turns, and then like, you know, you can almost time it when you're gonna get that peak Arnold Palmer, and it kind of sits at the top there. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, that might be my. Well, I guess I was gonna say that might be my drink of the summer in October, mid-October. Time they go backwards, right? The time, so we're going into summer. I'll put it on the. It'll be my drink of my fall drink. Yeah, none of this makes sense. All right, back to the game. Back to the game at hand. They obviously have two good wide receivers. They have Addison and they have JJ. We don't have good cornerbacks right now. Q could be injured. What is Q's status? I think he's going. He was practicing, but I don't know if anything's been officially announced. Yeah, no injury designation for Q. So, like, if it's Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson against Addison and JJ, just forget about it. You can almost forget about that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Jefferson is going to just get his, and that's like if you have a QB1, you could contain maybe. But I mean, with a QB4 and a QB5 out there, I don't know how you're gonna manage that. So let's just pray. Let's just pray that that Q can get on the field and at least stop because there's gonna be bleeding. There's gonna be bleeding, and here's sort of to jump ahead. Here's kind of my prediction. I mean, I think. If Wentz plays a good game, it's a wraps. The Eagles aren't going to win. Now, if you can rattle, so here's my take. If Wentz can have a passing grade in this game, the Vikings will win. And I hate to say it, and like talking predictions, I mean, this might be the first time. Well, we'll get down to that. But if we can get him on a failing grade, get him to turn the ball over, you know. Get to him a couple times and sack him a few times. I think we have a shot, but I don't know. I mean, and then they have Hawkinson. Hawkinson's a beast, Iowa guy. So I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough sledding. I'm eager. I'm eager to get back on track. I don't know, man. If this fan base has to, after the couple of weeks, the month we've had, if this fan base has to suffer another loss on a Sunday. I guess on any day, it's going to be tough. Look, they had a mini bye. Sirianni should have got this team right. Here's the thing. Here's the dealio. Here's the dealio. My bird burritos. I think, man, there needs to be more accountability. Isn't that Sirianni's whole thing? I forget which podcaster said it. They kind of brought this up. Like, it's almost as if this organization, when things are going bad, like a skid, they sort of just do like PR speak. And I get that you don't want to air everything out, but like, is actual accountability happening? I'm almost wondering if there's some just coach speak going through the motions in that building. I mean, where are the chairs being thrown? Where's the podium being knocked over? We need some passion. We need some passion anywhere. Just anywhere within that building. Just anyone who cares. We need it. On defense, I mean, look, Jalen Carter, who's kind of getting flamed in the media for his lackluster season. I mean, look, is he out of shape? First of all, first game of the season, you come in, you spit on a guy and get ejected before the first defensive snap. You didn't play last week because of a heel, just ghost heel injury. And when you've been out there, I mean, you don't look like yourself. So what's going on there? I mean, you gotta play with some tenacity. Are you scared? Are the coaches in his head after Spitgate 25? I mean, you gotta bring some tenacity. You gotta bring some hurt. You gotta bring the pain. I mean, just it feels like there's no swagger. There's no one to fear on defense. I don't know. I mean, someone's got to step up. And I mean, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, like he's, been bounced around a few teams here in the last month or so, but like he was that guy. I mean, you can't deny it. When he's on the defense, they've been to a Super Bowl. And I've been on record saying that I think the organization wanted to part ways with maybe some things off the field. I mean, I know he wanted money and he wanted, to be paid, and maybe we weren't aligning with that, but I think they wanted to separate locker room. I don't think it was a locker room cancer thing. I think maybe in his personal life, it just, remember when Howie came out and said this thing of, domestic violence. And if there's any sort of question that a player that may have had, anything that deals with a woman, like we don't want you, you're off the board, which rightfully so. And we talked about it when it happened, but I don't know, just that whole thing sort of was around the same time. And then, and then Chauncey's ex-girlfriend goes on and flames him on it. What am I, Perez Hilton now? Jesus. But no, I think there was something there. But like, do you look the other way and just say, hey man, like we'll take a rental. We'll rent you for this year. Come back. There are people that do like him within the building. So I don't know. Could he be a spark plug? I mean, you look at Makuba. Makuba has flashes of, he's a rookie. I mean, he's got flashes of, good stuff, but then he's bad. I mean, just like Chauncey, I'm not saying that he's perfect out there, but he just brings someone in that can bring the pain. I don't know. I guess that'll be, it seems like maybe they're not going to do that just because it probably would have already happened. Oh yeah. But we need help, man. Any way we can get it. Need some edge help. Need some help on the edge, Hendrickson is always in the mix. But if the Bengals keep winning, I mean, they can't be realistic, right? Like you can't realistically think you're going to make a run with Flacco unless they think Joe Burrow's going to come back. But I don't know. They were saying that type of injury, that toe injury, that's like a turf toe. That could be a year, depending on how bad it is. So, I mean, every time they win, it gets a little further away. They did sit Hendrickson with a quote unquote back injury. So that, some may speculate that was sort of to sit him down for tradesies. but we don't know. But yeah, we need some help. I know we messaged about it in our group chat, or Speaking Birds group chat, but I don't think Howie does anything like a big splash. He'll get like a Robert Quinn guy, some like depth piece, and everyone's just supposed to be happy with it. I mean, not to be negative, but I feel like that's probably kind of the way it's going to go, right? Yeah, we'll see. Here's a segment. Here's a segment that I always kind of want to do, but I don't know. I just never do it, or we run out of time. Let's go. Let's peek behind the curtain. Let's go. Let's go see what the enemy's got to say. All right, let's go to the Minnesota Vikings subreddit here. All right, let me see. I'm sleuthing. Looks like I haven't been banned from this one. Usually I'm banned from like all of them. All the other teams. At some point or another, you gotta fire off. You know what I mean? Let's see. Well, they're not really saying much. Usually other teams get fired up at this point. Friday, it's a Friday pep rally day. Usually there's some posts. All right, well, here's their injury report. So we got the outside linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel is out. Questionable Tyler Batty, Blake Cashman, Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, Michael Juergens, JJ McCarthy, Brian O'Neill, questionable. Oh, see, their Reddit's flooded with the Carson Wentz news. Yeah, about an hour ago. Let's see. Hopefully Wentz and Isaiah Rodgers get their revenge. Here we go. Say what you want about the Eagles fans, but I don't think either of those players are hated by their fan base. I really have the right to have any serious gripes with that org. Their fans are assholes. All right. What? Oh, we can go on and on. Man, what is with like every Reddit you go? Every team has fans that are just like degenerates. Because Eagles fans are knowledgeable about the game of football, knowledgeable about the history of their team, and passionate, all of a sudden that we're like some bad people. I guarantee you, and like things get so blunt. I mean, that's the world we live in today, where it's like, oh, someone takes a reel of getting hit with a Miller Lite can, and all of a sudden that's the whole vibe. I guarantee you, if you're a group of people, a group of dudes wearing an opposite team jersey, and you go to the link, you could have the best time in your life, be treated with hospitality. You know, as long as you're not looking for problems and you're being cool and looking to have a good time, that's what you're going to get. That's anywhere in life. I don't know. It seems weird. That guy started off good, then he crashed and burned. All right, there's going on and on about. Oh, here's a meme. Who has the best receiver duo? There's Pickens, CD, Brown, Smith, and Chase, and Higgins. And someone says, the disrespect. So obviously they're talking about Addison and Jefferson wanting to be on there. Which you could make that argument. I mean, look, Jefferson's probably the best receiver in the league, stats-wise at this point. I mean, I would rather take AJ if you can utilize AJ, but I mean, if you can't call plays for him, then yeah, they don't really have much. Oh, someone says I hate the Eagles. Cool story, bro. Yeah, like there's been over the last couple years. I say couple, geez, it's been like 10 now. But there's been some sort of built up. I don't know if I'd say it's a rivalry, but I mean, you know, a little. And not animal. I think it's all one-sided. I mean, the Eagles have gotten the best from the Vikings. I mean, look, there was that NFC Championship game, Super Bowl season. You know, since then they were supposed to have this great team. I think it was week 2. We blank them. I think Slay had 2 picks that game. I think we beat him a few other times, maybe one other time. Yeah, so yeah, they did have a great time going to the link, as I say all that. Yeah, a lot of videos, but look, that's playoffs. I'll say playoffs are, we're not talking about playoffs. Playoffs. Yeah, during the regular season. You if you're dumb enough to go there during the playoffs, then that's on you. But yeah, there's been a little bit of a little bit of a, I was going to say back and forth, a little bit of a fourth. Let's see. Here's an Eagles fan. This is so lame when people get on Reddit. Eagles fan coming to your Reddit in peace. Just weird. That's even worse than like after after a loss. Like say we beat the Vikings, like an Eagles fan goes over and it's like, coming in peace. Just want to say you guys have that's so lame. Here, yeah, Brian Flores has the key to stopping Jalen Hurts, and it plays right into the Vikings' hand. That's what they're saying. I think. Yeah, I mean, I think this game, and I don't I don't want to put. You never want to put too much on a game on a week because any given Sunday you could lose, and I don't want to then go back and have to hit the panic button or anything like that. But this is a huge game. It's a very, very big point in the season, in my opinion. You could win against the Vikings. Then you got the Giants at home. So okay. A win on Sunday, boom, you're 5-2, you're at home against the Giants who just embarrassed you. I mean, you have that scrub. I won't even dignify that little pygmy thing over there in Jersey. I won't even dignify that man doing backflips. And I get it. Oh, you don't want him to do it. You stop him. We don't have anyone that wants to lay that can go out there and be an enforcer. I hope they come and bring the pain. Bring the pain against the Giants. Maybe we don't have the personnel to even do that. So just as quickly as this thing flipped on its side, you could right the ship here. Look, you beat the Vikings this weekend. Boom, 5-2. You handle business against the Giants. Get your get back. 6-2. Then November 10th, then you head into the bye. Heading into the bye week, you head into the bye 6-2. You got to go to Lambeau November 10th. That's going to be no easy feat. They're one of the top teams in the NFC. You want that to be a big matchup. You want to have things figured out by then. Because then you got the Lions. Then you got the Cowboys. Then you got the Bears. Black Friday. Can we say that? So you got to get things right. And look, I mean, God forbid you come out and you don't play well and you haven't figured it out, and the Vikings are able to take advantage and they walk away with a W. That's not going to be good. I mean, you can only do the locker room vibes are still great thing. We just got to figure it out thing. I mean, everyone's said all the words that you can say. There's nothing else to say. You got to go out and get the win. Otherwise, it's a broken record. Oh my God, it's such a broken record. Got to get it. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a tough game. I do think Hurts it's gonna be a battle, and we gotta play a full game. None of this first half, second half, start off. No. You gotta play a full game. You have to be in sync. There's no excuse. With this roster, with the personnel. And look, if the Eagles don't get it done, Patullo's fired. So not only are you going into the next week, I mean, I don't know if it looks like he's fired or it looks like he gets demoted from play calling. I mean, I think in the past they haven't like flat out fired, but they kind of sequester a guy, kind of put him in the corner, make him think about what he's done. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I think it'll be Scott Loeffler, quarterback coach. That's what kind of people are saying. So yeah, he's from, Bowling Green State University with over 3 decades of coaching, mostly college ranks, play calling experience. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, that's not a good place to be. 3-game loss, 4-3. Demoted your play caller. I mean, that's pretty bad. That's why I think this is a pivotal game. Let's do predictions and let's get on with the day. How about that? I think, God, this hurts my soul. I don't even think I can do it. My gut, my brain is telling me that this is going to be, I mean, by me saying it's going to be a hard game, I just don't want to say it, but if you can read between the lines. But my heart, I'm going to go with my heart on this one. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to say, man, I'm going to say, I hope I think Dean comes in. I think he's limited. I think he has an impact. I think he makes a few good plays. We might see Campbell. I think this is the week we see Campbell line up on edge. So we'll see. Oh, real quick. Speaking of edge, man, it's gone around like Zadarius Smith retires. That's another piece of news. I guess we didn't mention Zadarius Smith just retires Monday out of nowhere. So BG's locker is available and cleared out. And it's been talked about. He BG does a podcast on PHLY network, and Bo asked him, they ask him, he says, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. And Sirianni was asked this week about it and sort of like didn't shut the door on it. So I don't know. I mean, like, is retirement a thing that you have to respect? I mean, a guy, he's retired, he's with his family. You have to respect that. You don't want to hound a guy. You don't want to, hey, come back. But at the same time, like, if there's mutual interest and BG still is in shape and and can contribute, do you do it? I mean, I don't know. He did leave off playing at a pretty good level, so we'll see. It's interesting. Something to keep an eye on. Geez, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Campbell lining up on the edge. We'll see that. I hope this D line. Here's my hot take. Here's my prediction. I think the D line finally comes around. I think we get into Carson Wentz's head. We get to him a bit. I think that helps. That helps obviously with the defensive back situation. I think we get to Wentz. I think we might see some vintage Wentz, but I think overall he's going to be graded at a D. Failing grade. I'm going to say Eagles 26, Vikings 20. 26-20. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Maybe we'll see before if we get the fellas together. We'll drop another pod, but try it out on the pod. Let me know how you guys like it, and go Birds.